Hi everybody, I'm Call from lifebymuse.com, and I'm here today to share with you how you and your green smoothie can be lovers for life. Because you can't change a man, but you can change a green smoothie. I'll tell you what, my first green smoothie, not the first one I ever drank, because the first one I ever drank was made by Life Coach Mary, and that was delicious. But the first one that I made myself, ugh. So I would like to help you to avoid that experience and to share with you my tips that I have discovered that make a really killer, delicious, yummy treat. So the first tip is texture. Very important. The things that you put in there, think about their texture. If you're putting apples, things with rinds, things that are going to have the little harsh part, to them, maybe you'll like that. Maybe in the beginning, you want to start with something that has a nice smooth texture and kind of work yourself into it. So bananas make a nice smooth texture. And I'll tell you what I do. I don't know, okay, I'm not a healthcare professional. I am not a smoothie expert, but this is just my own tips, what I've discovered. I freeze my bananas. I chop them up into little pieces and then I put them in the freezer so that when you make your smoothie, it's kind of like it turns into a little bit of ice cream. Banana equals frozen banana blended up in one of these equals ice cream shake. Tastes like an ice cream shake. Try it and you'll see what I mean. Okay, so that's the first thing, texture. Bananas are awesome for a nice smooth texture. The second thing is avoid broccoli. My very own first green smoothie that I made, I threw in some broccoli thinking healthy, yay. No, try something that is mild flavored, something that's going to blend up in with everything else and is going to not really kind of grab this harsh flavor and run with it, okay? So broccoli, no. Start with spinach is awesome for flavor because it doesn't have this really harsh flavor. Baby spinach I use, it doesn't have a really harsh flavor. Check it out. Every week I get just this huge thing of baby spinach and I use it for all of my smoothies and you don't even know it's in there. So you're getting like a salad, you're drinking a salad and you're not even suffering. You're thinking you're drinking a shake. I swear I'm not joking. I think that I'm drinking a delicious, tasty, shake from McDonald's almost every day. And I'm drinking a salad. So spinach is your friend. The next thing is flavorific additions. Ginger, yum. I take this, chop it into little pieces. I might use about this much of it in a smoothie. It goes really well with carrots and ginger. I'll tell you another little tip that I do, and this could be unethical, I do not know, but I will make carrots. I'll put it in with like a big bag of carrots. I'll put it in with like a nice hunk like this much of ginger. I'll blend it up together and then I'll freeze it in little ice cube trays like this. And I use the ice cube trays they're kind of like chewy, and because then you could kind of squeeze them out real nice and easy. And so I put my carrot and ginger together. I make a whole big batch of it and then I freeze it up into my little ice cube trays because again, I like my smoothies to be like a frozen slushy type of delicious yummy treat. The next thing is, ginger, mint is also really delicious. Lemon can be delicious. The other thing is get good tools because when I first started, I was using a blender, fine, but it doesn't really quite make it smooth. Again, the texture is really important. So now I have this Health Master that I got, and different people like different things, but this works great for me, and I would say, get good tools. And just think of it as a game. Those are my tips for you, but I want to say, I have one more, and this is the most controversial tip I have. See, I almost even forgot it. I almost went right over it. Okay, I throw a little bit of protein powder in there. Brandon Hoffman told me that I just ruined my smoothie by doing that, but he did not tell me why. So Scotty, why? Tell me, I don't know. But this stuff, okay, controversial, just because if you're a purist, if you don't just, want veggies in there, then do it that way. Definitely do it that way. But when I put this stuff in, okay, Syntha 6, ooh, controversial maybe, I don't know. Scotty will tell me why. But I put this stuff in there. It is so good. It's called vanilla ice cream protein powder. And it doesn't have a lot of sugar in it or anything like that, but it does taste like vanilla. It does have this really delicious vanilla taste, and you could even put a little cocoa powder in. Maybe I'm being even more controversial. You could even put a little cocoa powder in at the end, and then get like a chocolate shake smoothie. But this is what I wind up with, whether it's chocolate or vanilla or just the smoothie. Look, I don't know if you think that looks gross. To me, that looks delicious. This is a beautiful color green. Look. It's so delicious. It's a beautiful color green, one of my favorite colors in the world, and it is so tasty, like a nice thick shake. And so share with me your tips. I would love to find out what you do to make yummy, yummy, delicious smoothies, and because I love to drink these every day, and you feel like you're doing something good for yourself, like you're being nice and healthy, and drinking your salad. So I wish for you delicious treats. I wish for you to be in love with your smoothie for the rest of your life, to have a wonderful relationship with your green smoothie, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.